the glue of this team to help this little bit of a run that they've been on. Now, we always knew the defense could be an issue, and it has this year. And the Orioles lead all of Major League Baseball. They have the most unearned runs out of anybody, the 5th most errors, and that's been a big problem for the Orioles this year. And, of course, recently they really got it going. You mentioned that. It came out of the break. They went to Houston and swept the Astros. They looked really good. But then Rutschman goes down. Then Basayo goes down. Blaze Alexander breaks his hand the last game before the All-Star break. So you take 3 of your best hitters all of a sudden are out of the lineup again. And so now this offense is kind of backed up. But it's been the pitching that's kind of kept them where they are right now. A lot like the Tigers, one-run games have been an issue for the Orioles this year. They struggled. I mean, second worst record in one-run games this year. So that's been an issue for the Orioles. But because the American League has been so knotted up and crazy this year, normally this would be a year where maybe the Tigers and the Orioles would be just totally out of it. Right. But everybody's still in striking distance because of the way the American League has played this year. So this is a huge series, obviously, going in. I know the Tigers, Tarek Skubals potentially could get traded. Yeah. The Orioles have a couple of guys that could get traded depending on what happens these next 4 or 5 games. So it's an interesting time, but it's a huge series for both of these clubs. There's no doubt about that.
We'll turn to tonight's game specifically. Kyle Bradish on the mound for the Orioles. He has been very good of late. You talked about it. Last 6 starts, 4-2, 2.03 ERA.
Yes.
They backed up the truck for him. He signed a big deal. It might help the cause, but what have you seen out of him, and what can Tiger fans expect to see today?
Kyle Bradish got off to a rough start this year. Came off of Tommy John, only had 6 starts last year. Looked pretty good last year, and for whatever reason just got off to a rough start this year, which is not uncommon for guys coming off of Tommy John surgery. Everybody typically feels good from time to time, but the ball doesn't come out of the hand, or maybe the command not as good. And he had a little bit of a command issue early, but as you mentioned, his last 5 or 6 starts, he's been as good as anybody. And, he's a reason why he got locked up by the Orioles. He's a real number 1 stuff kind of guy, and it's a power fastball, it's a power sinker. 2 really good breaking ball, both the curveball and the slider are outstanding. So when he's right, man, he's a really, really good pitcher, and arguably probably the most talented pitcher, starting pitcher that the Orioles have for sure. So he gives you a real shot to win, and he'll have to be good because I know how well the Tigers have been pitching it lately. They're a really good pitching staff right now too, and so I think runs are going to be at a premium in this series because neither one of these offenses have been great as of late.
No, I agree with you, and listen, it's going to be tight ball games, and neither team has been great in tight ball games, so we're going to see. It's going to be a good series. We're looking forward to it. Orioles color analyst Ben McDonald, longtime major leaguer, and a really good dude. Ben, thanks for being on with us today.
My pleasure. Always good to be with you.
You bet. That was Ben McDonald. We'll be back with more from the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers Baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID.
And even though you're dejected down 3.
First pitch swinging. This ball's hit in the air to deep center field, and George Springer gets it over the wall for a home run. His extra base impact continues. 3rd home run of the postseason for Springer, and they've got 6. Fastball outer third up. He's ready for it. 2-2. Got him with a high fastball, and the bat goes flying.
Dangerous projectile going towards the dugout.
Whoa! That's a rally shoe closet.
Takeoff play at second. That does go into center field, and Bowers on his way to 3rd.
The ball was tagged on a line.
The slowest runner in the big leagues. He's gonna get there.
Kirk was giving everything he had right there.
Yeah, it was enough. Baldwin has been the impact player today offensively for the Braves, and now he hits one high in the air to left center field. Clark surveying. He leaps. He got it. Denzel Clark, his first home run robbery of the year, comes in Atlanta. That's why he's out there. A Superman catch from Clark.
And he tracks it the entire way. Times his leap like he's been playing center field here at Truist Park for 10 years.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's time to play ball with the call of the game from the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. Here are the voices of Tigers baseball, Dan Dickerson and Bobby Scales.
Mostly cloudy skies, pretty windy and warm in downtown Detroit. Hello again, everyone. We're getting ready for a 3-game series. Tigers and Baltimore Orioles. Kind of a disappointing split, as we mentioned, over the weekend against Kansas City after the Tigers took the first 2. But, Bobby, as A.J. Hinch talks about every day, all right, now what's the job tonight? Beating Kyle Bradish and the Baltimore Orioles. But every game in the next 6 days, 7 days is going to be important for the Tigers. And it starts tonight against a Baltimore Orioles team that's actually playing some pretty decent ball lately.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better than they had all year long. They still aren't really consistent offensively, but
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
3,000! History with an exclamation point!
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Clean and free vacuums. 86 degrees, pretty humid and very windy in downtown Detroit. We are feeling fortunate that an enormous storm that was coming across Lake Michigan from Wisconsin all went south and east of downtown Detroit. The tarp was on the field for a while, but we never got a drop of rain. Keys to the game brought to you by Rave Associates, proud distributors of Bell's Brewery, founders in Long Drink. Keys to the Tigers, Bobby, against Kyle Bradish, who is really pitching well right now.
Yeah, he really is. He's got good stuff. We'll go through his stuff when he takes the mound, but continue to have good at-bats. And know that the run production wasn't great this weekend against the Kansas City Royals. The quality of at-bats doesn't necessarily reflect the run production. Had some good at-bats, had some balls hit hard and some balls that get caught. Did produce in clutch situations late, so that's a positive, but continue to have those good at-bats, connected at-bats up and down the lineup.
Tigers come in at 50 and 56. The Orioles 51 and 55. And they now get ready to face the 26-year-old from Venezuela. Cater Montero, a little bit in the bullpen. This will be his 17th start of the year. Dylan Beavers, left-handed batter at the plate. First pitch of the game is hit high in the air to left center field. This one's deep. Outman on the run. He'll make the catch. Veerling in left field tonight was coming over. Outman called him off, made the catch. Good swing, one pitch, one out.
Yeah, I like to see that. Cater Montero went right after him early, no messing around, trying to get that first pitch strike. He struggled a little bit last time out. He pitched so well. It was a little bit of a Houdini act because he was only 9 of 20 first pitch strikes. The league mark is usually right around 62%. That's 45%.
That has been a strength of his this year. Fastball sinker for a strike to Pete Alonso. This is an Orioles offense that is missing some big bats, including their 2 catchers, Adley Rutschman, Samuel Basayo, big power threat. Terrific-looking young catcher, both on the injured list. Alonso takes a pitch up and in, and Blaze Alexander was actually putting together quite a few good at-bats.
Yes, he was.
Since the Tigers saw this Orioles team in late May, the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. That ball is off the wall, kicks to Matt Vierling, and he'll get it in to shortstop Kevin McGonigal. Line drive down the left field line. And Pete Alonso has a one-out double here in the first. Two good swings to start the game.
Yeah, sure is. Pete Alonso hit that ball at the end of the bat. Cater Montero, quite frankly, is lucky that one stayed in the yard. That was a hanging curveball right in the middle of the plate. Pete Alonso's hit plenty of those out. Top spins out one into the left field corner for a double, though.
One out. So the threats tonight with those big bats out. Pete Alonso, who just doubled. Gunnar Henderson at the plate, certainly. But, Bobby, this is not the same Gunnar Henderson who wowed the world and looked like a budding superstar 2 years ago at 23. The production dropped off a little bit. He still had a good year last year, but the production has really fallen off this year.
It sure has.
The strike one. Swinging a shot into right field. Four-seamer up, base hit into right. Alonso will stop at third. That's three good swings to start the game. Henderson rips a single into right. Not the start that you expect from Cater Montero. Remember his last time out against the Cubs? He gave up a home run and a single. Two of the first three batters. He was on the ropes a little bit. It was a long first inning. The one thing we know about Cater Montero, he's going to figure things out. If he's in early trouble, find a way to limit the damage.
Yeah, he's in early trouble right now. He's got to figure out the location. Every pitch that's been hit has been up. Two fastballs and a curveball have been up in the middle of the zone.
That brings up Taylor Ward. Pitch up and away. So again, the power threats, Alonso, Henderson, and Mayo. At the beginning of the year, you would have said Taylor Ward. 32 home runs last year for the Angels and then traded to Baltimore. He's completely changed his hitting profile. 1-0, swing and a miss. Ooh, that's a really nice swing back sinker. Starts off the plate to a right. He snaps onto the plate, gets the swing and miss at 95. Taylor Ward is now an on-base machine.
It's unbelievable. It's a completely different profile than he was out just a year ago.
It's the strangest thing. He's hit 7 home runs. Curveball, swing and a miss. 1-2 on Taylor Ward.
A good thing he had good velocity and good arm action on that, because it was another one in the middle of the plate. He was just so far out in front, he swung and missed, but got to dial that location and get to the edges.
Montero works third base side of the rubber, the 1-2. Fastball above the belt. The Tigers in their City Connect uniforms. They wear them on Mondays. We haven't played a whole lot of games on Mondays at home recently. We haven't seen these in a while.
No.
City Connect, Motor City across the front in white, the electric blue down the middle, midnight blue uniforms, both the jerseys and the pants. The 2-2, ground ball softly to short. McGonigal will flip the second one high. Your lead at first, no chance to turn a double play. That ball just too softly hit. Alonso scores the ground ball, gets a run home, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead in the first.
Yeah, slow developing. It was another slider below the zone. Good sign. He executed that pitch the way he wanted to. Wanted it down there, got it down there. Ward reaches out, just taps it to McGonigal. It's too slow a developing play. Ward easily beats it out. The relay throw from Hao-Yu Lee at first base.
Infield alignment behind Cater Montero. Keith at third, McGonigal at short, Lee at second, Torque at first. Big swing and miss on a four-seam fastball 96 up to Leody Taveras. Taveras is much better from the left side. Fastball on the inside edge, got the called strike. Switch hitter hitting .228 overall. Long time with Texas as a regular, and he's pretty much the regular center fielder every day for the Orioles. Having a tough year. The 0-2, swinging a fly ball softly to center field. James Outman back 3 steps to his right, makes the catch. Taveras lines out, but not hit hard. There was hard contact in the first inning, and the Orioles take the early.
There's a storm warning in South Florida, It's the Miami Marlins.
Baseball's hottest June team, and they stay red hot this month.
The Fish are flying and are officially the hottest team in baseball this month. Otto Lopez is looking extremely all-starry at short. He's among league leaders in batting average, hits, and multi-hit games.
Otto Lopez has himself yet another multi-hit day.
Right beside him, Xavier Edwards, putting up solid on-base numbers while flashing some silky smooth glove work. Throw in Liam Hicks breaking out at 27, Max Meyer emerging as one of the league's best pitchers, and Sandy Alcantara starting to regain his Cy Young form. And hey, they've already proved they can beat the best. This season, they're the only team to hand losses to aces Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens, and The Miz. Red flags are out in Little Havana. These Marlins are dangerous.
Because, oh yeah, it's ballpark season.
For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
First pitch today was brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. 1-0 Orioles go to the bottom of the first inning. Kevin McGonigal, Dylan Dingler, Cole Keith to face the 29-year-old from Peoria, Arizona, Kyle Bradish. He's on a roll right now. First pitch, four-seam fastball at the belt for a called strike one.
Yeah, Bradish got really good stuff. Power fastball. Both two and four seams will average right around 94, 95 miles an hour. Slider, curveball.
He really does pitch off the fastball, doesn't he?
Yes.
Swinging a soft little foul in on the hands of the four-seamer at 94. Fouled off third base side. McGonigal falls behind, no balls, two strikes. Needs a new bat or just wants a little more? Nope, needs a new bat.
I was going to say, that bat's done for.
Yep.
But Bradish will come inside. He likes to pitch inside. He'll use that fastball, both types of fastball, 2 and 4. Left-handers will get a mix of the 2 and the 4-seam fastball. Right-handers will see almost exclusively that 2-seamer.
Righties, lefties hit him about the same, which is to say, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
They're hitting 235 with a little bit of power. The one thing that you do notice, walk rate is over 4. That's really hard to maintain start-to-start consistency with a walk rate that high. But again, in the last 6 starts, it's just been a string of terrific starts. Swinging a pop-up softly down the left field line. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Kevin McGonigal will turn and hold at first. Just a little flare over third base. A leadoff single here in the first.
Yeah, pounded McGonigal in with fastballs the entire at-bat. Showed him one off-speed away, but then went right back in there with 2 strikes. But Kevin McGonigal was able to just muscle that ball and nestle it into that little soft spot in front of the left fielder and behind the third baseman. He's on with a single.
Brings up Dylan Dingler, first pitch. Slider low, got the called strike. Bill Miller's the crew chief. He's the home plate umpire tonight. Chad Whitson at first, Brian Walsh at second. Chad Fairchild is today's third base umpire. Just underway. The sun is now breaking through what's been a mostly cloudy day here in southeast Michigan. So you've got the shadows and sunshine to deal with if you're a hitter. Slider low and away at 87. Misses. Dylan Dingler's just on such a terrific, consistent roll right now. Hitting 275, and we were talking about it earlier today. I was just asking about his 2-strike hitting. Bobby, he's become one of the best 2-strike hitters in the game. Half of his home runs have been in 2-strike counts. Slider strike backed up on Bradish, but on the inside corner for a called strike 2.
It's because his approach is really simple, Dan. It's super simple. He doesn't try to do too much, and it's just he'll catch that ball out front and he'll hit a home run pull side, but he really just tries to stay in the middle of the field and hit a hard line drive up the middle.
Both hits yesterday in 2-strike counts. Curveball low in this 2-strike count. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He said he definitely, because of what you just said, he said, I'm able to maintain my approach. But he said, I just feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
Because he has simplified it. He knows what to look for. He says our coaching staff does such a good job knowing what are they going to try to get me out with. And he said, yeah, the confidence is pretty high in 2-strike counts. And it certainly shows the quality of the at-bat. 2-2 here, swing and tap. Foul. He just got a piece of it to stay alive. Keith waiting on deck. Tigers trying to answer back with the Orioles. Orioles 3 hard hit balls to start the game. Ground ball scored the run. This is a pitcher that really pays attention to the running game. Stops it, basically. Short, cautious lead for McGonigal at first. Alonso holding with him. Going to draw a throw. Defensively for the Orioles, Jackson's pretty darn good at second base. He's made a few errors, but turns a double play extremely well. Henderson does not grade out well at short. When we've seen him, he looks pretty good to me, but he does not turn does not turn the double play especially well. This is a ground ball pitcher. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He went up with the fastball above the belt, and Dingler strikes out for the first out here in the first.
What's going on with Dylan Dingler right now? You see this. It's interesting, Dan. Kyle Bradish throws hardly any four-seam fastballs to right-handed batters. When you're doing the kind of things that Dylan Dingler is doing this year, you are going to get things that break tendency. Most of the time when he throws that fastball in 2-strike counts, it's the 2-seamers to right-handers. He goes up the ladder to Dylan Dingler right there with the 4-seamer.
Brings up Cole Keith, fastball up and away. Gunnar Henderson, by the way, is the DH tonight. Jackson Holliday, who has played mostly at second base, had an injury-shortened start to the season. He didn't debut until right before the Tigers series. He's at short tonight. Kobe Mayo is at third. Outfield, Ward in left, Taveras in center, Beavers in right. Keith, line drive, slices into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. McGonigal has to stop at second. Taveras closes and gets the ball in. Couple of base hits. Tigers have runners at first and second for Riley Green.
Oh, I thought Leody Taveras was going to stick his foot in the ground and drive on that ball.
So did I.
And he pulled up.
Surprise.
Little surprise. We'll take it. Colt Keith hits that ball, a little soft humpback line drive into center field. Tigers in business here with 1 out. Man on first and second for Riley Green.
Taveras doesn't grade out very well in center, below average by both StatCast run value and Baseball Sports Info Solutions. Riley Green batting, takes a pitch away. As you said, playing better of late. Overall, this is at key positions, mainly short, center, Kobe Mayo at third, all grade out below average defensively.
Yep.
Riley's hitting .282, 15 home runs. Bradish does not give up much in the way of extra base power, just 12 home runs in 113 innings of work. Curveball away, and it's quickly 2-0. Torque waiting on deck. You got bright sunshine. The shadows are covering the infield grass. Bright sunshine everywhere else right now except in shallow right. The 2-0. Sinker away. 3-0 on Riley Green. We talked about the walks. The last 6 starts for Kyle Bradish. 40 innings of work, averaging almost 7 innings a start, just 12 walks, 37 strikeouts. He's only allowed 23 hits. The 3-0. Fastball at the belt. And he likes to work it there, doesn't he?
He does. That 4-seamer especially. He'll move that 2-seamer all around the zone. But when he gets that 4-seamer in his hands, he's usually ripping it right at the top rail. Does not go down with that pitch often.
2 on, 1 out. Tigers trying to tie it up or take the lead here in the bottom of the first, down 1-0. 3-1. Perfect. Painted the black in. Riley thought he had drawn a walk. Home plate umpire Bill Miller goes up with the right hand.
That 2-seam fastball, he started it just off the plate in him. Riley comes back over the inner edge.
Bradish sets, checks McGonigal at second base. Holliday ducking in behind him. The 3-2. Swing and a tap foul. Curveball down. That's a good job just to get a piece of that curveball. Fastball, both types of fastballs are by far his best pitches. The slider can be a good pitch, but it has been his most hittable pitch this year. McGonigal edges off of second. Again, the 3-2, swing and a miss. He went higher than high. The fastball up, and Riley Green couldn't lay off. So both Dingler and Green strike out on the four-seamer up. 2 outs, and that'll leave it up to Torque. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. That brings up Torque. First pitch, sinker on the outside edge for a called strike. Nothing special about the fastball, Bobby, at least with the vertical, but when you see almost no horizontal, that's usually a little natural cut, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And the spin rate is well above average on that four-seamer.
The strike one. Ground ball chopped to third. Mayo will charge field the short hop over to the bag, tag it in front of McGonigal. Tigers threaten but do not score. We head to the second inning. Tigers make Bradish work a little bit in the first, but after one, the Orioles have the 1-0.
Here's Dunn. He just missed this one, hitting it a ton. Will it stay in the park against the wall? It is off the glove, and it's gone. It's gone. Unbelievable. It was in the ballpark, but it bounced off Nady's glove over the fence for a homer, and Dunn says, I'll take it.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
The Orioles go to the top of the second inning. Jackson Holliday ground ball down the third base line. He just punched his sinker down the line. Matt Vierling up with the ball, throw to second, not in time. Bang, bang at the base. Hayu Lee tag, swipe tag. The throw is just to the outfield side of the bag. Good throw from Matt Vierling. Jackson Holliday just uses that speed. Legs out a double to start the second inning.
Yeah, that's a sinker. 93-mile-an-hour, two-seam fastball off the plate. Rear end outswing, just punches it the other way, and it finds its way between Colt Keith and that third base line. Outstanding slide by Jackson Holliday. He knew if he reaches out with that right hand, Hayu Lee's going to tag him. He sneaks that left hand in, contorts his body. That's a good play.
Well, this is where Cater Montero usually figures out, along with Dylan Dingler, what adjustment he needs to make. Kobe Mayo takes a curveball down and away. 13 home runs, but tough year at the plate. He's hitting 196, and he's pretty pitchable. 1-0, low and away, but they are clearly going to, they know Cater Montero is going to be in the strike zone. They know that he works quick innings. He's going to attack, and they are swinging early in the count. Mayo's pretty aggressive. This is a team that draws the most walks in the American League. There's a lot of swing and miss in this game. Ground ball and a high chop foul down the third base line. Montero in that start against the Cubs got 8 strikeouts. It wasn't a big number of swing and misses, but I think all but one of the strikeouts was a swinging third strike.
I think that's right, Dan. And this is interesting. They're charging him early, especially on fastballs. He's going to have to get creative how he gets into counts, him and Dylan Dingler.
2-1, swing and a miss. Woo! After the curveball, fastball right by Kobe Mayo, 2-2.
Really good combo right there.
Sure was. Team again with the highest walk rate, and they are top 3 in strikeouts. The top 5 offense in the American League has been a little bit cooler over the last 25 games or so. 2-2, swinging a foul, slider off the plate away. Cubs were a team that hardly struck out. They were near the bottom. Had great contact rate as a team, and again, Cater Montero got a lot of swing and miss. Very creative with the use of all of his pitches. Right-hander Mayo waiting, the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up, fouling out of play from shadow up into sunshine and down into the first row behind the Orioles dugout. On the first base side, when the Tigers last saw the Orioles, they were 23-30 after beating the Tigers 2 out of 3. Remember the game one of a doubleheader? They'd taken the first 2, walk-off home run. Troy Melton was activated for game 2 of the doubleheader, and that was a big win, leaving town for the Tigers. The 2-2, fastball away. Then the Orioles were kind of 5-7 games below 500 into July. They were 7 below when the Tigers left town. And then they won 7 in a row on either side of the All-Star break to get to 49-51. Now the Orioles come into this series having lost their last 2 to Boston and Atlanta. Ground ball to third. Colt Keith backed up, and the ball played him and went right by him. Into left field. And Holiday will scoot over to third. I don't think he touched it, but that should be an error on Colt Keith.
That should be an error. It's a split-second decision at third base on an overspin ground ball like that. Whichever one you make, whether you go in or you come back, you have to commit to it. Colt didn't, and then tried to go back, and the ball totally played him. If he makes that first move and presents the glove, charges that ball, even though it's hit hard at him, you get that short hop. Go get the short one or drop step and get the long one. We kind of played it in the middle. Runners on first and third here.
Is an error on Colt Keith. In at the corners, middle of the infield back. Ground ball and a high chop to short. McGonigal charges Fields and fires to first to get Jeremiah Jackson. That's a good play. Quick decision to charge the high chopper and get the short hop. Into score comes Holiday. Mayo goes down to second base. The only play for McGonigal was at first.
And that is exactly what Colt Keith needed to do at third base. Now, the difference is you got to make that. That is a split-second decision at third base with the way that ball was hit off the bat of Kobe Mayo. Much more time in the middle of the infield to diagnose that and make the correct play.
Cater Montero started the year with a very high fly ball rate. He was really a fly ball pitcher. And a little bit worrisome because when you're a pitch-to-contact pitcher, which he kind of was before he went to the bullpen, started to get a little more swing and miss, and you're a fly ball pitcher and there's a hard hit rate, you figure the ERA is going to go up, but he has really turned that around. His last 25 innings of work, that includes a couple of starts, 13 innings in the bullpen. Ground ball rate is over 60%, and it was a big part of his good start against the Cubs. Trump at the plate. This is Chadwick Trump, one of 2 catchers. The Orioles had to add their 2 big catchers, Rutschman and Basayo, both on the IL in the last few days. Sinker swinging a tap foul right at home plate. 1-2 on Chadwick Trump. Trump has been around. This is not a prospect. This is the Tomas Nido in their system.
Right.
The guy who's been around. You're going to be very comfortable with him coming up and catching a few games.
Not going to be wowed by any situation. He's seen it and done it.
The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, shallow right field. McKinstry comes over in, makes the catch in shallow right center. Trump just kind of served it out to him. 2 outs, man on second base, 2-0 Orioles on top. Second inning is brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Play the Michigan Lottery's Gems 7s instant game today. Today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Single runs now in the first and second for Baltimore. That trump fly ball completes the first trip through the Orioles lineup. Change up at the knees for a called strike to Dylan Beavers. Strike one. He lined out sharply first time up. It was a deep fly ball to the gap in left center. First round pick 4 years ago. University of California. Debuted last year. Had a nice debut. Swinging a line drive into right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. That scores Kobe Mayo. McKinstry's throw goes to Ha-Yu Lee. Single for Beavers. Came in hitting 248. And the Orioles have a 3-0 lead here in the second.
And location continues to be a problem. That's just a hanging breaking ball. Pops right out of the top of his hand. Beaver reads it. Pauses for a beat, then swings on it. That's easy. That's good eating right there. Top of the zone breaking ball.
Three runs on 4 hits. And again, it's for all the good starts for Cater Montero, he is still kind of a pitch-to-contact pitcher. This is a team, though, that swings and misses quite a bit. Now this is a big batter for him early. 2 runs in, a man on first. Pete Alonso takes a first pitch changeup low and away. So the error for Colt Keith really extended the inning and led to what will be a couple of unearned runs against Cater Montero, the 1-0. Fastball paints the black away. Alonso got off to a terrible start with his new team. And that lasted till the end of April, and since then, he's been, well, Pete Alonso. He's been rock solid since the beginning of May, hitting 270 with power, 870 OPS. Comes in with 22 home runs, hitting 249. Signing that got the fan base in Baltimore very excited. They don't usually go out and spend big dollars on a free agent. They did with Pete Alonso, the 2-1. Fastball down, 3-1.
Yeah, Cater's struggling with his location right now. You've seen him miss pretty significant big misses. Glove side down with both four-seam fastball and the slider. Trying to dial it in right here.
The 3-1. Slider on the outside edge, got the call. Had that been over the plate, that was kind of a hanger.
Just another one that's up, though. I mean, even though that caught on the edge, these pitches are up. That is not where he lives. He goes up because he wants to late in counts, not during the count, and especially in the middle of the plate.
Dingler setting up inside, 3-2, swinging a line drive, base it into right. He hit his target, and Alonso pulled the hands in. McKinstry up with the ball. His throw will be cut off by McGonigal on the infield grass. Pulled the hands in, shot up through the right side, big hole on the right side. Beavers goes first to third. That's a pretty good piece of hitting by Alonso.
Yeah, it's a strong man hit right there.
Fastball in.
Yeah, it's 95 in on the edge. That's where you want to go with Pete Alonso. He just pulled his hands in, like you said, and that's a big, strong polar bear over there at first base. Muscled it through the right side.
Chris Fetter on his way to the mound. Early mound busy. Doesn't usually have to do that with Cater Montero. If you look at his last, going back to before he was moved to the bullpen, his last now 6 starts. There was one game where he gave up 4 runs against Seattle. And the other 5 starts, going back to the end of May, Cater Montero has given up just 4 earned runs in 32 innings of work on 21 hits, 2 walks. He's been phenomenal. This is as good as we have seen a team start a game against him in terms of the contact. In at the corners, middle of the infield back for Gunnar Henderson. Comes in hitting 221, 18 home runs. First pitch slider, thigh high, inner half, strike 1.
Yeah, that's what they're going to have to do more of. They're going to have to be a little bit more creative how they get into counts.
Orioles in their road grays tonight. Script Baltimore across the front in orange with the numbers on the lower left front of the uniforms and on the backs as well. Changeup off the slider, gets a swing and miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
Man, I feel like that's the first one we've seen of those tonight, too. Doesn't throw a ton of them. But I don't know that we've seen a changeup at all thus far.
The 0-2. Swing and a pop foul. It has been such a weapon for him in neutralizing lefties. His improvement is, I mean, it's just eye-popping. The improvement against lefties from an 890 OPS against him, that's hitting for average and for power, to 590 in 1 year. Changeup has been a big part. The 0-2, fastball up. Gunnar Henderson. He'll make it throw him a strike. There was plenty of swing and miss in this bat. The 1-2. Swinging the foul back to the screen. He just can't get the swing and miss when he needs it. Again, he doesn't get a ton of it. Got it at the right time in that Cubs start. This is a team that will swing and miss, but not tonight. I can't think of a swing and miss so far. Maybe a couple, but not many. The 1-2. Swinging a jam job fly ball to right field. McKinstry 3 steps to his right, makes the catch. Another long inning for Cater Montero. 7 men to the plate for the Orioles.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Crafted for the ultimate balance and good times.
Injury report brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Zach McKinstry leads off, second inning, 3-0 Orioles. First pitch, soft little fly ball into center, and that's going to drop and then get by a sliding Taveras. Behind him, McKinstry around second, heading to third. He will make without a throw. Leody Taveras, misjudgment. Tried to break on the ball and make a catch, and by the time he went into his slide, he realized he had made a mistake. It'll be a triple for McKinstry.
Yeah, Dan, two mistakes here by Leody Taveras. Number one, he did not get off the ball, did not get a good jump at all. Secondly, when he did, he made a poor decision to try to catch that ball. He was never going to catch it when he didn't get off the ball initially. Then he tries to go into a slide, and once that happens, gets by him. Zach McKinstry ends up on third base.
Leadoff triple for McKinstry. Hao-Yu Lee takes a pitch a little bit low. What a stretch for Hao-Yu Lee since his return from Toledo. In at the corners, middle of the infield back. The 1-0. Curveball, that's a perfect pitch for a called strike. Time for dollars on deck if James Outman now gets a hit this inning. Northville Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northville Lumber is Michigan's oldest business, largest Trex decking dealer. The 1-1. Perfect pitch. Fastball low and away at 94.
That's tough. He drops that slider in the pitch before. And then he throws that four-seam fastball glove side down right at that bottom edge. That's a tough one right there.
Lee, big improvement against righties over the last 30 games. The 1-2, swinging a high fly ball center field. Taveras tracking it back to the warning track. He'll make the catch, backpedaled right up against the 412 marker and straightaway center. McKinstry will trot home another good swing from Ha-Yu Lee. Tigers are on the board, trailing 3-1.
Oh, wait, Ha-Yu Lee, he saw that curveball right out of his hand. You could see it in his posture. You could see it on the replay we're getting. His eyes light up, and he tried to hit it to the Ren-sen. He didn't quite get there, but he didn't have to. That's a great swing by that young man. The job was to get the run in from third base. He got the job done. Well done, Ha-Yu Lee.
– James Outman swings, fouls it out of play. Bobby, it's a 32-game stretch where he's hit 333 and 96 at-bats.
Yeah, and
11 extra base hits and great consistency.
Still new to the league, so there's a little of that. But this guy, the things I'm seeing, I'm putting my scout hat on, the things I'm seeing, the way he's able to work at bats.
Swing and a miss at a curveball down. Outman falls behind 0-2.
He's hitting the fastball. He's hitting different pitch types. He's doing the job when asked. The other day we saw him work a ball to the right side of the diamond with a runner on second and nobody out. He's getting his sea legs here at the big league level. It's not new to him anymore. He's not intimidated or scared of it. I love what I'm seeing out of him.
Brandish is a big guy, 6'3", 220, works over on the first base side of the rubber, working from the stretch at all times. 0-2, curveball bounces. James Outman hitting 165 in his 90 at-bats with the Tigers. Specializes in hitting 3-run home runs. He needs a couple men on here. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Sunshine right now, an issue for the left fielder Ward and for Taveras in center. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go too far? Yes, he did. Field to third. Chad Fairchild goes up with the right hand. Outman strikes out for the second out in the second inning. Kyle Bradish really impressed in his first, he debuted with 23 starts in 2022 and then a 30-start season in 2023, and that was a breakthrough season for him, a 2.80 ERA and 170 innings of work, and he earned every bit of it. It was low walks, high strikeouts. He was tough to hit. Sinker misses into Matt Vierling, ball one, and then the arm troubles began in 2024. They tried to do the platelet injection to take care of the UCL problem in his right elbow, and it did not work. Tommy John surgery, had the brace procedure, so he came back, made 6 starts last year, and now this year fully healthy. He has been really good. First year back can lead to some inconsistencies. There were some of that, especially in the walks early. Last 6 starts worth repeating, a 2.03 ERA and 40 innings of work, allowing just 23 hits. Vierling fouls it back to the screen behind 1-2.
Yeah, Dan had a great conversation with Ben McDonald, TV analyst for the Baltimore Orioles. And
that's a personality there, isn't it, Big Ben?
Goodness. He is fantastic. What a nice human. He's enormous. And that Cajun accent from down there in Louisiana.
Oh, you can listen to it all day.
Oh, my gosh.
All day.
It's fantastic. But he was talking about that. It was almost a calendar year from when Bradish, that is, made his comeback, and now you're seeing the real guy. And you see that so often. You need that year after you're quote-unquote healthy. Then your stuff starts to come back, and the command as well.
2-2, low and outside. 3-2 on Vierling. But they were happy to have him back. And again, an Orioles team that started really, they struggled on the pitching side through May. Now these are the top 2 teams. This team has a 2.70 ERA in July. Soft ground ball to the left side. Mayo cuts it off in front of Holiday. Throws on the grass to the left of the mound over to first base to get Bierling easily. Triple, misplayed single, and then the sacrifice fly.
You know, sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Freddie Peralta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh yeah, I keep that off to the side right there. I mean, you got to rock, paper, scissors.
Go against him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutcheon. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
Line to center field, and it's a diving catch from Dalton Varsho.
One of the best defensive center fielders in the American League.
Montgomery going back. He made the catch at the wall. Okay, rookie, that's how you bring it back.
Long run for Langford, but he'll reach up and make the catch. Full stride into that corner. What a nice catch by Wyatt Langford.
Out toward Valdez, and the Magician! The diving play by Esmerlin Valdez.
The Magician doing it all today. Here comes a charging, diving, and catching is Cody Clemens. No matter where that dude is played, infield, outfield, makes another good play.
Down the left field line, and it might be trouble. And what a sliding play by Soderstrom. Wow, so Tyler Soderstrom, a nice sliding catch.
Harris to first, and Alonso is there. He dives into the bag to beat him.
Another polar bear plunge over at first base.
Sam.com.
The wall, he got a slider and he did not miss.
Yeah, he got the slider. Bradish wanted to throw that back foot, didn't get it there. And when you don't throw that thing back foot, you just leave it right down in Riley Green's honey hole, and he smashes that ball. Hits right off that wall, short hops the wall. Beavers did a nice job. Good, strong throw.
Really
made it
did.
interesting, but he's in with the leadoff double.
110 off the bat. That brings up Torque. He swings and fouls one out of play, well back first base side. Sitting on 99 career home runs. Jackson trying to shorten the lead of Green at second. 4-1 Orioles. We're in the fourth. Sinker in. Man, that ball moves right down and in. Torque, all he could do was hit that one well foul over by the Tigers dugout.
Yeah, 12 inches of horizontal run to the arm side. That's down
Felt
and
like
in.
more than that, didn't it, for Torque?
It did.
Man. Upright, relaxed stance. Cocks the bat higher on the right shoulder. Tucks that left shoulder in. The 0-2 is swinging a line drive into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Riley Green didn't read it. And he'll stop at third.
Missed opportunity right there. Riley Green did not get a good read. Beavers was playing very deep in right field. That ball was hit hard off the bat. Nice job staying on that two-seamer away for
That's
Spencer
a really good
Torkelson.
piece of hitting.
That's really good hitting from him. Something we haven't seen a lot of late. Riley did not get a good read off that, headed back towards second base. He's got to score on that ball, Dan.
So that's a case of knowing where before the pitch is thrown, knowing where the outfielder is. So when you see that line drive leave the infield, you know that's going to drop.
100%. 100%. Baseball's hard. That's one, you end up with a double play here. That's a missed opportunity. It should be 4-2 right now.
Bradish does have the knack for getting a ground ball with men on base. Breaking ball in the dirt. Trump blocks it out to his left. Ball one on McKinstry. Little flare into center field that was misplayed by Taveras. His first at bat should have been a single, and Taveras played it into a triple. Tried to make a sliding grab. The ball went by him. Zach McKinstry made it to third without a throw. Tigers down by 3, trying to do something about it. McKinstry's at home plate, representing the potential tying run. 1-0. Curveball away. Lefties, righties. Again, hit Kyle Bradish about the same. Righties actually with a slight edge. And it's really just about a higher batting average for right-handed batters. Neither righties nor lefties hit him for much power. Short, cautious lead for Torque at first. Alonso holding with him. Holiday up the middle at shortstop. McKinstry swings, fouls one out of play. A sinker away. He's still got the good hitters count, 2-1. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Instant replay is brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. Jackson at second base, shades a little bit toward the hole. Mayo's in tight at third. McKinstry can't lay off the sinker. Check swing, tapped it foul on the ground. Scoots by Trump, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pratt is doing a nice job of mixing and matching here with Zach McKinstry. Curveball, sinker, curveball, four-seam, sinker, slider.
Nobody out, runners at the corners. Tigers down 3. The 2-2 in the dirt. What a block by Trump. He blocked it out in front of home. Torkelson read it, scooted down to second. Trump picked it up, faked the throw to second base. Terrific block, saved a run, but the Tigers gained 90 feet for Torque.
That's a good job by Spencer Torkelson. That was a miserable pitch way out in front of home plate. Trump does a good job of finding a way to get something on it.
I mean, he just threw himself at that pitch.
Torque read that angle down. That's huge here because if Zach McKinstry hits the ground ball, you can stay out of double play and hopefully find a way to score a run.
3-2. Swinging a soft ground ball, foul down the first base line. Kick just fouled in front of the bag.
And there was a pitch earlier in that bat. I think it was the first pitch of the at-bat, actually. On a curveball down, it was a ball in the dirt. Trump did a nice job of blocking that ball. It squirted out to the left a little bit. I think Torque didn't take advantage of it then, but he did a good job later to make it to second base on that dirt ball read.
Single will likely score 2. All the outfielders playing deep. 3-2, swinging a soft tap foul on the ground behind home plate.
Good battle.
He just got a piece of it.
That's it.
Bradish averages almost a strikeout an inning. It's not a lot of swing and miss. Infield back. Orioles would give up a run for an out here. The 3-2 in the dirt. Curveball bounced again. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for the hottest hitter going right now, Ha-Yu Lee. That's going to bring the pitching coach, Drew French, out to the mound. Interesting, Kyle Bradish, ERA is only a little bit lower at home, but he's a completely different pitcher out on the road in terms of what opponents do against him. I never know what to make of that. Sometimes it's just the opponents you faced, home and road. But it's a 770 OPS versus a 600 OPS at home. It kind of catches your eye a little bit.
It definitely catches your eye.
Just not as comfortable pitching, perhaps, away from his home ballpark.
And let's be honest, there's not a lot of gimme lineups in the American League East either. So, you know, you got the Yankees. I don't know. You heard of them? Tampa Bay's not
Bay's
fun.
Pretty good.
They're pretty good. Boston all of a sudden is unbelievable.
Best team.
So
Lee at the plate, first pitch. Sinker low, ball 1. Pretty strong, accurate strike zone for Bill Miller, and he's had to call a lot of pitches in these first 4 innings. That was a sinker just down. Bases loaded, nobody out. Alonso up to the edge of the grass, rest of the infield back the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball on a high chop. Off the glove of Holiday at short. It'll trickle onto the outfield grass. Everybody move up 90 feet. Ha-Yu Lee put it in play. Green scores. Tigers down 4-2. And it's still bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, I love this approach by Ha-Yu Lee. It was a sinker down. He pounds it into the ground. But more important to me, he was ready for that fastball. Remember, he hammered a hanging breaking ball to the center field last time up. I would have bet the farm he was not going to get another one of those. Any type of breaking ball, curveball or the slider. He was ready for the heater and hit it into a spot where they couldn't get him out. Bases still loaded. He gets an RBI for it.
James Outman likes hitting with men on base. He's got the bases loaded. First pitch. Curveball down, appeal to third. Chad Fairchild says he did not go. Ball one. Outman struck out his first time up. It's been a few walks, a lot of strikeouts, and some home run power from James Outman while playing a really solid center field.
Some important ones, though.
The 1-0, swing and a miss. Yeah, his 3-run home runs. 3 of his 4 home runs have been 3-run shots. All have been big. Delivered a win against Kansas City in Game 1 of that 4-game series. Or at least helped deliver the win. Dingler's double was the one that won it. 1-1, check swing. He's had a few of those in his 2 at-bats. Against Kyle Bradish, falls behind 1-2. Miami has cooled off after a real hot streak. Sinker strike at the knees. Keith falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. They have lost 12 in a row.
It's been
I
tough
missed
down
this,
there.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Because they climbed 10 games over the 500 mark.
They did.
Wow. They were 52 and 42. They've lost 12 in a row. 5-2 lead over Philadelphia in the 6th inning today. Pop-up down the third base line. Mayo will come over, but he'll just get a better look at where that one lands in the seats down the left field line. They were everybody's darlings. It's like, keep an eye on, look out for the Marlins.
Well, the fish are good eating right now, so.
just come up with
that catch you with that one?
52 and 54, the 12-game losing streak. Mets 3-3 with Atlanta in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 0-2. Curveball down. Keith will see at least 5 pitches in this trip to the plate. Atlanta leads Philadelphia by 5.5 in the East. Milwaukee's just good every year, aren't they?
My gosh.
So impressive.
And the way they do it is unconventional in today's baseball, but they do it.
66 and 39. Right there with the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. The 1-2 line drive deep to center field. On the run, Taveras off his glove as he raced into the left center field gap. Dylan Dingler will be held at third. Keith will stop at second. It has been a rough night for Leody Taveras in center field. Keith crushed it, but Taveras was there, and it went off his glove. Second and third, nobody out.
And then when you get a second look at this from the high home, you will see he took one hard step in off the bat, and that's all she wrote. Did a good job of trying to make up the ground. It tipped right off his glove, but it was another initial poor read by Taveras.
I just remember him being a better center fielder than that when he was in Texas. He kept the young man, and his name's escaped. There was a left-handed rookie that came up. He kept him in left field because of how good he played center field. But tonight it's not been good.
I was surprised looking at his, and again, defensive numbers can be misleading, but the StatCast and Baseball Info Solutions agreed that he's below average center fielder. I was kind of surprised by that because that was my memory of it too.
I remember him being a much better center fielder than that. He's had 3 misplays out there today.
It's been rough. 1-0 on Riley Green. Trump setting up middle. The 1-0. Fastball up. Riley ripped a double to right last time up, and we say ripped. 110. That always catches your eye. The triple-digit exit velocities are always kind of fun to talk about. 110 is starting to reach the stratosphere. The 2-0. Fastball away. 3-0 on Riley Green.
Evan Carter's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Left-handed hitter.
And
really
he's
good
still
player.
a very good center fielder.
He is, and he kept them out. He kept them in left field when Evan Carter came up. But this is not the Leody Taveras I remember.
I'm with you. Green waiting on a 3-0. On the way. Perfect pitch. Every Riley Green at bat has been the same. 3-0 gets it to 3-2.
Yeah.
3-1 gets it to 3-2. Riley Green struck out on a 3-2 first time up on a high fastball. Ripped a slider for a double on a 3-2 his last time up. Second and third, infield back. 7-3 Orioles. Tigers trying to do something about it. Fastball. Swing and miss. That's the pitch he's been more disciplined against this year, laying off that high fastball. 3-2.
So what do they do now? They struck him out on a 4-seamer up last time. They tried to go back foot slider. The previous at-bat didn't get it there. He hit it off the wall.
I'd go fastball again.
Have to.
3-2 ground ball right at home plate. Wow. Tromp throws down to Alonso. The shortest ground ball you'll ever see. 5 feet to the left of home plate. A full swing, and it went 5 feet.
I think you're a little heavy there, Dan. StatCast has it at 2.
A sinker, and it just went right down into the dirt. Putout goes 2-3. Alonso will come up even with the base at first. Rest of the infield back. Pitch in the dirt. Slider away from Tork. And another fine stop by Tromp to save a run. We saw him throw himself at a ball in the dirt to save a run earlier.
My. That's just throw the leather at it backhand and hope it goes in there, and it went in.
Tork line drive single to right last time up. That's one of my favorite at-bats of the last several weeks for Tork.
Yes.
Because that's a very good sign. Swinging a foul, slider away, fouls it back to the screen, take a fastball away and just not do too much. Just drill the single. He did that yesterday. Tigers trying to come from behind late against Kansas City. Lined a single to left field. Yennier Cano, right-hander, up and throwing in the Orioles bullpen. Bullpen and rotation much improved over the last really 2 months for Baltimore. Tigers down 4. The 1-1. Slider away. Single here could make this a 2-run game. These are 2 big runners to get home after you just saw 1-run deficit balloon to 4 in the top half of the inning. Good hitters count for Tork. His single last time up was on an 0-2. Bradis sets the 2-1. High fly ball left field, fairly deep but playable. This will get a run home. Ward gets behind it, makes the catch. Digler coming home, throw to third. Bang, bang at the base. Woo-wee. Cold Key running in the face of the left fielder Ward, and he just made it into third. Tigers down 7-4. Key set third with 2 outs.
The most important thing there, Dylan Dingler busted it all the way home through home plate. All the way home. I don't know if he knew that Colt Keith was going to tag behind him or not. He wasn't taking any chances.
Because if he doesn't bust it home and he's out at third, the
run does not score.
Count.
That's right.
Wow, that was as close as it gets at third base.
Oof. I get it. They're aggressive, but man, I don't know about that one when you're trying to climb back into a ball game.
McKinstry line drive, base hit into right. Keith trots home. Clap of the hands for McKinstry as he rounds first. He's reached all 3 times tonight. Tigers back to within 2.
Zach McKinstry getting back to doing the things we've seen him do. More line drives the other way. Did a great job of that all last year. Got that launch angle down. Not as many pop-ups, not as many flare jobs in left field. And now he's dialed that swing in, and you're seeing hits all over the yard.
Greg Albarnez, the manager of the Orioles, has already motioned to the bullpen. A pitcher who's been dominant of late, and the Tigers had a lot of good at-bats against Kyle Bradison. They get him out in the 5th inning. Both starters with short starts tonight. Tigers have a man on, 2 runs in. We've got a wild one brewing here at Comerica Parks.
He's aboard ahead of Corbin Carroll. Corbin last year, the first 30-30 season in D-backs history. Corbin Carroll lines it to right. And it's off the wall. Marte coming around. Corbin Carroll, he's going the distance. He's going for speed. 94 down and in, right in his wheelhouse. Thought that ball had a chance to get out of here off the bat, but it hits at the base of the fence out there. And then one of our favorite things to watch, Corbin Carroll legging out a triple. High in the air to right. Carpenter back to the track. He's back to the wall. And it's gone.
Halfway home to the cycle for Corbin Carroll. It's his first of the year, and it's 5-0 Diamondbacks to the bottom of the 2nd.
Breaking ball down and in slider, battling, trying to locate that pitch. And that's not where you want to throw it to a lefty, especially when that lefty's named Corbin Carroll. 2 big blasts.
To pounce. Save and win with Meijer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Pitching change brought by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm brings Yenier Cano, right-hander, into the game. Again, this is a pitching staff that is really starting to click on all cylinders. Some of the numbers don't look great. We have seen this guy enough in recent years to know he's just really good. First pitch, ground ball off of Cano. He'll go to the back of the mound on the grass, turn and flip to first base. One pitch. He gets the final out. Hao-Yu Lee hit it hard. Didn't panic after the ball glanced off of him. Throws out Lee at first. Tigers scored 2 RBIs for Torkelson and McKinstry.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Because, oh yeah, it's ballpark season.
Meijer is the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Sixth inning is brought by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group with an experience the Demmer difference. Pitching change brought to you by Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Tyler Holton takes over on the mound. 7-5 Orioles. They took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers earlier this year. Tyler Holton takes over on the mound, starting to have the kind of year we always expect from Tyler Holton. Steady, consistent, maybe a little underrated. He was giving up some hits earlier, but now settling down. Bobby, 47 innings of work, filling all kinds of roles, and a 2.87 ERA.
That's what Tyler Holton does.
Tyler O'Neill comes off the bench. First pitch fouled out of play. Changeup away, strike 1.
Yeah, since July, 7 innings, 7 1/3, 6 hits, just the 1 run, 4 strikeouts, no walks. That's the Tyler Holton we know. Been so effective against both right and left-handers.
Strike 1. Swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. Last year it was a real struggle just with consistency, and he gave up a lot of home runs. This year just 5 home runs in 47 innings. That's a low total. One thing remains the same every year. The walk rate is just below 2. The strikeout rate is just above 7. Fly ball to left field. That's deep. That's trouble, and that ball is gone. Wow. Tyler O'Neill has had a really tough season, pinch hitting for Beavers on an 0-2. He hits a home run, and once again a 3-run lead for the Orioles for the 3rd time tonight, back to 8-5.
I tell you what, Dan, just small margins. You talk about wins and losses and things of that nature. Again, probably the right pitch call, curveball. He wanted to bury that back foot. It was 0-2. Didn't get it there. Tyler O'Neill drops the barrel on it, hits it out of the yard.
Man. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. 2 steps to his right. McGonigal backhands, turns, throws, strong. Chest-high throw to Torkelson at first.
Yeah, good play right there by McGonigal to his backhand. Knew he had time with the polar bear running. He runs hard. He doesn't get there very quickly, though. Nice play. Drew Anderson is up in the Tiger bullpen.
Brings up the lefty, Gunnar Henderson. First pitch sinker low and away. If you remember a couple of years ago, I mean, this guy was going to be the next superstar in the game. Gunnar Henderson swings and misses here 1-1. Gunnar Henderson had a 9-WAR season at 23 with 37 home runs and 890 OPS, stole 20 bases for good measure. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. OPS fell to 780 last year. Still, again, a solid season. This year, it's fallen to under 600 coming into this game, and that's I know that progress isn't always linear for a prospect, but given what he did 2 years ago, it's kind of stunning to see him below 700.
Oh, I agree.
Still a extremely talented player, and you don't feel comfortable with him at the dish.
No, and I can't help but think he's going to get back to his normal.
It's in there.
It's
you
in
know
there.
It is. Does have 18 home runs. 2-2. Cutter away.
And one thing I'll say, I mean, I think Pasquantino played for the Italian team in WBC. He got off to a slow start, then got hurt. Gunnar Henderson's got a slow start. He was on Team USA, didn't play a ton during that tournament.
3-2, sweeper bounces. Tyler Holton's really been burying left-handed batters. Got ahead 1-2 on Gunnar Henderson. He's not going to be happy with that. He walked him, and that will be the end of the day for Tyler Holton. Run in, back to a 3-run lead for Baltimore. They've got an 8-5 lead. Drew Anderson is coming in. End of the day for Tyler Holton. While the Tigers make the change, we're in the 6th inning. 8-5 Orioles. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
America's favorite place to watch sports just got even better. It's Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports fans, you can catch all the action from all your favorite sports at a viewing experience built for the ultimate.
How about a look at some of the best bloopers from All-Star Games past?
Watch the reaction of John Kruk. Heart is palpitating a bit.
Don't throw the ball away! Oh, Leo! Give me the ball!
It's hard to tell whom he frightens more, opposing batters or teammates.
He did it again!
And batter beware.
Take a look at Whitaker. That's a marking pencil. Pretty good one.
And Guerrero, there goes half the bat the other way, and it takes out Tommy Lasorda.
But these stars are better suited for shining plays.
Watch this one. Spectacular play.
Long throw, Frank Thomas. Terrific play.
Perfect teamwork. Up and caught. Oh, what a catch by Hunter.
It is a home run. One of the biggest home runs that's ever been hit.
There it is. The first grand slam in All-Star history. Man, you're gone.
Ozzie gets the force.
How about that?
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Sixth inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go ahead and experience the Demmer difference. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Pitch counts no longer an issue. Both starting pitchers out of the game. Offenses, well, there's just been a lot of traffic in this game. Drew Anderson takes over on the mound. Pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Taylor Ward at the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk. That is his big strength right now. Curveball up and in. And the funny thing is offenses you could argue, a tick better. At least you look at his, runs created. He's a little bit better than last year when he hit 36 home runs because of his incredibly high walk rate. But I'm not sure that's exactly what the Orioles were looking for.
I'm pretty sure they weren't buying that when they made that trade.
The 1-0. Change up strike. Good call. Right at the knees on the inside corner. Gunnar Henderson he stole 30 last year. Caught just 5 times. Just 8 steals this year.
He's looking
caught
like
4 times. He sure looks like he wants to go. He's edging off. You can feel it. The 1-1. Fastball. A little bit low. Man, does Dylan Dingler do a good job of making almost every pitch look like a strike. And if he just kind of waves his glove at it, then you know you didn't make a good pitch. It's like, no, you know what? I'm not going to frame that one. The 2-1. Got the call there with those receiving skills. 2-2.
Yeah, that was definitely off the plate. That was a pitch that was further off than the one before.
Yeah. No challenge from Ward. The human ABS machine at the plate. 2-2. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Leody Taveras waiting on deck. 3 home runs the last 2 innings for the Orioles. Taveras last inning, Mayo. That was a stunner.
Yeah.
Right on right matchup. All of his power, all of his production has been against lefties. And he crushed it. And that is the big blow in this game right now, the 2-2. Fastball away. Again, Dylan Dingler tried to bring it in. This time, Bill Miller not buying. 97-mile-an-hour fastball away. 3-2. The count on Ward. I mean, if Henderson doesn't take off here, apparently he will never be taking off.
I
keep watching him.
It looks like he's wanted to go from the very first pitch of this at-bat.
Drew Anderson making his 38th appearance of the year. He's worked 59 innings. There he goes. 3-2. Ground ball to third base. Big hop for Colt Keith near the line plants throws. And wow. Gunnar Henderson just scooted right over to third. That's terrific base running. You see that maybe a couple of times a year. That's just smart base running.
Yeah, off on the pitch. Colt Keith had to take a step back to field that ball because of the way it hopped to him at third base. 2 hops, the big one. He had to wait on it. Henderson got a good jump at first base. Colt Keith didn't look at him. We couldn't really look at him because he had to get Taylor Ward at first base.
There's not a whole lot he can do there.
Nothing. You just don't see guys do that very often anymore.
That's just great heads-up base running.
Yes, it is.
Taveras takes ball 1. Anderson sets, working third base side. Change up middle at 92 for a called strike. Chatting with him the other day, and he's kind of frustrated. Has that little smile on his face that we got to know and like, because he's just an easy person to talk to. He likes talking about his craft, swinging a foul out of play. He's frustrated by his lack of consistency. He wants to be more consistent. He's talked to other relievers like Tyler Holton about how you develop that when you've been a starter and you're trying to figure out what pitches are working for you today as a reliever. And he said he's still adjusting to a very different role. The 1-2. Fastball up. No excuses. This is just kind of his reality and just very honest.
Yeah. It's different. He's had, and the thing is, he's had pockets when he's been really good.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, here we go.
Yep.
And then you have an outing that's not so good, and then that's certainly frustrating. Certainly no more frustrating for us, and definitely more frustrating for him.
On any given day, this stuff is really good. Curveball's become a big weapon. Changeup is the pitch that we've talked about a lot, but it's the one that he's kind of missed with the most. The 2-2. Swinging to foul, and there's what we're talking about. Changeup up above the belt. He does not want it there.
No.
As you said, when it's there, when it's up, it's just a bad fastball.
Bad fastball.
Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Taveras, switch hitter, batting from his much stronger left side. Homered last time up, 2-2. Through ball bounces. 3-2 on Taveras. 8 runs, 11 hits for the Orioles. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Tigers. We haven't had many games like this year. Both teams steady. Traffic on the bases from inning number 1. 3-2, swinging a high fly ball. I mean high to right center. Playable for McKinstry. He's going to have to wait for this one to come down. Lands in his glove. Taveras made a bid for another home run. It's just a deep fly ball out. Orioles back to a 3-run lead thanks to the pinch.
Max Muncy with his 3rd go-ahead homer of the road trip. 229th as a Dodger. Moving past Ronce.
Welcome back, Max Fried. 7 strikeouts in 5 scoreless economical innings.
What a huge lift for the Yankees to see him come back and do that.
He's done it again.
Just about every time you need him to come up big, he does.
The 34 home runs makes Jordan the major league leader, one more than Kyle Schwarber.
And this incredible magic carpet ride continues. The Red Sox win their 15th in a row to tie the all-time franchise record.
That ball's gone. 317. Salvador Perez ties George Brett for the most home runs in franchise history.
I want to see what JJ does in these spots. Down 2 strikes.
In the air center. Mullet's on the run. Still going back. JJ Weatherholt homers in his debut. Incredible.
Just goosebumps right now at Busch Stadium. You could not have written that any better. 0-2, dead center field, 425-foot shot. My goodness.
How fast can you fall in love, St. Louis?
Working for you.
James Outman leads off for the Tigers' 6th inning. 8-9 one-hitters. Outman, Vierling, and McGonigal. First pitch from Yenier Cano is tapped foul right at home plate. Just behind the plate. Strike 1 on James Outman. Cano came in, got the last out of the 5th inning after the Tigers scored 2 on 1 pitch. A high-U lead ground ball that deflected off of Cano, and then he calmly went back behind the mound, picked it up through to first. I've seen a few pitchers go back, as my partner describes, panicked, and throw the ball away.
And it's a snowball fight.
It's kind of what we were hoping. Split her away 1-2.
We were hoping for it.
Would have added a run, or at least put runners at the corners. Outman has struck out twice today. 8-5 Orioles were in the 6th inning. The 1-2. Fastball up, swing, and a miss.
Yeah, no tricks there with the big fella. 95 miles an hour, top of the zone. Low 3/4 arm, actually closer to sidearm. Big man out there, 6'4", 245 pounds.
Brings up Matt Vierling. First pitch low and away. Lefties have the big edge against Cano, but he's much improved against lefties so far this year.
Is this the zoo, Dan? We got some wildlife out in the outfield right now.
Great shot. The camera work by the Detroit Sportsnet crew is really impressive. And there is a black squirrel. It's like he's looked like he was running a race there for a moment. Now he just stopped by the 412 marker and straight away. He's
tired. He just ran 100 feet.
Fly ball to right field. Deep going back is Taveras, who's moved to right field. Makes the catch moving toward the corner. Matt Vierling on a 1-1 flies out for the 2nd out in the 6th inning. Cowser now in center break, and he just outran it. Little pop fly. Cowser makes the catch. We played 7. 8-5 Orioles. on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build.
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
3,000! History with an exclamation point!
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hardest working player brought to you every game by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball. The hardworking people who make it possible. Jenny Hornatsky, our engineer, back in our studios in Southfield, just had the perfect suggestion, Bobby. Hardest working squirrel.
The squirrel just ran a marathon in equivalency to human size.
And avoided 20 people trying to herd it out in right field.
That's right.
For a lot longer than should have. Ground ball softly fouled down the third base line. Chadwick Trump at the plate. It's like when you're playing tag in the playground and you're the last one who hasn't been tagged and you're trying to avoid 15 people. That's what that squirrel was doing. He did a great job.
Exactly what happened.
We just hope that they took him outside and found him a home.
Yeah.
Or at least released him into the wild.
Between the exhaustion and the stress and I don't know. We might need to send out a search party.
He's got a story to tell for
doesn't he?
Friends and family.
Guys, you ain't gonna believe this, man. I found this big open space. It was well lit. There was some people standing around, but everybody, and then all of a sudden, everybody started chasing after me. I was like, man, I'm just chilling, just running around.
I was enjoying it, watching these guys run around in the field.
This white thing, they were throwing real hard.
Swinging a foul out of play, 0-2 on Trump. Again, 2 catchers had to be called up from AAA for the Orioles. Chadwick Trump is 31 years old, and you always root for guys like this. Not necessarily in this at-bat.
Right.
But he's stuck around for a long time because he's got defensive skills, and he's ready to go when he needs to. Ground ball to short, fouled by McGonigal. He'll pick it up, throw. He knew he had plenty of time to get Trump at first base. 8-5 Orioles in the 8th inning. 8th inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford. Visit Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor today. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Brings up Colton Cowser. You might remember him from a late appearance in Game 1 of a doubleheader in May, or maybe you've forgotten it. Pinch hit, walk off, or it wasn't a pinch hit, it was a second at bat. Walk off home run in Baltimore. Change up for a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is his first at bat of the day. Home runs have again played a big part in this game. Tigers have never led. They got to within 1. The Orioles hit a couple of home runs to widen it to 4. They lead by 3 here in the 8th inning, but 3 home runs for Orioles hitters. Jacob Waggis back on the mound. Pitching change brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Big home runs late the last 2 days led to Kansas City wins. And that was a big, for them, series split. And a blow for the Tigers, let's face it, to not be able to win that series.
Yeah, it really
after
was.
Taking the first 2. I was looking at it, Bob, because we've talked about it. The Tigers give up the second fewest number of home runs. They've been 1 or 2 all year long in allowing the fewest number of home runs. Seattle, New York, Tigers. And yet, the number of big home runs we've seen late is rather stunning. Cutter in the dirt. Cowser draws a walk. Don't see that from Waguespack very often. Fell behind 3-1 and then buried a ball in the dirt. Now, I was looking at it today, Bobby. We know the Tigers have given up late home runs, but I was looking at the close and late category, which I really don't look at that often. But in the close and late category, the Tigers have been the team that has given up the second most home runs. That's pitching with a lead or in a tie game with a potential tying run or go-ahead run at the plate, on the bases, or on deck. So very specific category. But they've allowed 22 home runs in close and late situations this year and allowed a 770 opponent's OPS. And that really does kind of tell you that they've just been giving them up at the wrong time, and it has led to a lot of 1- and 2-run losses.
Well, timing's most things in life, Dan, and then certainly if you're going to give them up, you don't want to give them up late or close.
Pete Alonso takes a cutter in the dirt. Wow, we haven't seen command issues like this from Jacob Waguespack. 3-0 on Alonso, but he's bouncing his cutter now.
Yeah, he's having a tough time landing that thing. Again, very high arm angle, so you're going to get extreme angles from Waguespack. Big, tall right-hander, 6'6", straight over the top. You don't see this arm angle often, and he's off a little bit right now.
3-0, ground ball, chopped foul down the third baseline. Torres stays in the game. He's at second base. That puts Hao-Yu Lee at third. Lee, McGonigal, Torres, Torkelson from third over to first. Green, Outman, McKinstry from left over to right. 8-5 Orioles, full moon rising next to the DAC. Beautiful night in downtown Detroit. 3-1, swing and a miss. Fastball away. Very windy afternoon. You look at the flag on top of the David Whitney building showing still a right to left breeze. Hasn't really played into this game, it doesn't feel like. In the ballpark, none of the flags really indicating any kind of a wind. The 3-2. High pop-up. Shallow left field. I'm not sure Matt Vierling sees it. Now he does. Ooh. Twilight right now can be very tricky. For a moment there, he had the arms outstretched like, I don't see it. And then he picked it up. That's a bad feeling, isn't it?
It is the worst feeling. Oh, my word. You know it's up there. You literally don't see it or have any idea. You see it off the bat. You know it's coming your way. And then it's gone.
And then you think, well, I really don't want to miss this. I also don't want to get beamed by it.
You're just waiting. You're hoping to see anything, any kind of movement, any shadow.
Something. Gunnar Henderson takes a pitch low and away. Throw down to second. Cowser takes off and makes it. Steals second base.
Yeah,
he stole that off Waguespack.
Yeah, he did. And he had that vaulting lead, too. He's got to shuffle. Waguespack didn't have a second look or throw over. You just keep it rolling into second base. Dingler had no chance on that one.
McGonigal ducking in behind him, trying to shorten his lead at second. That's a big runner to Strahan down 3. Every runner matters. Cutter gets a swing and miss. Gunnar Henderson at the plate. He's a DH today. 1 for 3 plus a walk. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at the belt. Game 3 of the weekend series with Kansas City. It was home runs in the 7th by Perez, in the 9th from Lofton that delivered the win for Kansas City. And yesterday, a home run from Michael Massey delivered the win in the 8th inning. Today, the home runs came in the 5th and in the 6th inning for Baltimore. Steady traffic on the bases all day long. Just 1-1-2-3 inning for Tigers pitchers, and that was in the fourth for Cater Montero. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Very good changeup. Wipes out Henderson. Tigers bat bottom of the 8th inning. Down to their last 6 outs, down 3. 8-5 Orioles. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
3-2 to Vargas. Got him. Fastball at 99. Back-to-back Ks for Miz.
Setting up on the outside corner, and he hit the glove. Perfect pitch by Mizorowski. Excellent command with that fastball.
1-0-1, and he finishes the inning with a strikeout. Miz with 3 Ks. Got him. Blew him away with 99. 5 Ks in the first 2 innings for Mizorowski. And he struck him out. 10 Ks on opening day for Miz.
First pitch to Ortiz. Swung on, line towards left, long run for Ewing. He dives and he made the catch.
Ewing went back, and in left field, he's looked terrific.
He shouldn't be sneaking up on anybody, right? I mean, he's an all-star, 10 wins, his ERA below 3, and no matter where the game is played, no matter what lineup he's facing, he does his thing.
Abrams hits one high and deep out to right center. After it is Troy Johnson. Way back it goes and out of here. And he's got 4 in his last 3 games.
Leo Jimenez grabbed it right next to the third base bag. He tapped it with his right foot, fired to second for out number 2, and on to first in plenty of time to get Altuve for 3. 474 feet for Fernando Tatis Jr.
Pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Andrew Kittredge takes over a mound for the Orioles. 8-5 Orioles who go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 35th appearance of the year for this 36-year-old right-hander.
Yeah, Andrew Kittredge been around for a while. Pitched twice in the Braves series, the last time on the 26th, yesterday. 1 inning, gave up a base hit and a run. Walked 2 Atlanta Braves.
Kind of guy who's always kind of at the trade deadline, a guy that teams are interested in. Orioles traded him to the Cubs at the trade deadline last year, had a good finish with the Cubs, and then they signed him back in the offseason. Slider, a swing and a miss. Torkelson at the plate. Quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Torkelson, McKinstry, and Lee. 30 innings of work, a 3.60 ERA, a little more hittable than he was last year. Walk rate at 2.5, 8 strikeouts per 9. The 0-2. Line drive, base hit over short. Second time today, Torkelson has singled sharply on an 0-2 pitch. Tigers have the leadoff man on in the 8th.
Yeah, Kittredge, this is what he does. You're going to get 50% slider from him. He just got torqued to swing and miss it. One that was started outer third, broke off the plate. He hung that one in the middle of the plate. Torque punished him for it. Good piece of hitting. Stayed on that baseball. Hit it over Jackson Holliday's head at shortstop.
Righty worked toward the first base side of the rubber. First pitch sinker for a called strike. McKinstry's reached 3 times. Misplayed single by center fielder Tavares. Turned it into a triple. Triple, walk, and an RBI single last time up. Tigers need 1 more base runner to bring the potential tying run to the plate. This is strike 1. Swinging a fly ball to the gap in right center field. That's going to be up in the air. Long enough for Colton Cowser to make a flying leap through the air to make the catch. What a play. What a defensive substitution by the Orioles and Craig Albarnez to put him in center. Tavares doesn't make that play. That is a big, huge out for the Orioles here in the 8th.
That was a tremendous play right there by Cowser. Got off the ball, tremendous efficient route, and he laid out for that bad boy in right center field. That gets down. Torque probably scores. McKinstry's on third base. It doesn't. Nothing more than a fly ball out.
He can't believe it. Ha-Yu Lee takes fastball low and away. What a play.
Covered some ground there too,
didn't he? Just up in the air a little too long. The 1-0 ground ball softly fouled down the third base line. Lee is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. 2 more RBIs for Ha-Yu Lee. He's just been rolling. Came into this game hitting .274. This is a righty who doesn't really shut down righties. And their 59 at-bats have hit .270. Only 4 of their 16 hits, though, for extra bases. This is a veteran with some pitching know-how. As Bobby said, it's just 2 pitches. Swing and a miss. Ball bounced away from Trump, and Torque was down to second base. Thought he got a piece of it, but no, he just swung and missed, and it went off the glove of Trump. But that speaks to the sharpness of the slider.
That's what he does. I mean, he's made a living throwing a bunch of sliders. Sinker, slider, the occasional four-seamer. But 90% of what he does is going to be one of those 2 pitches.
Torque's at second base, 1 out. Tigers down 3, the 1-2. Another slider away. Just seen more disciplined at bats for Ha-Yu Lee.
That's him being relaxed and feeling like he can do what he can do here. When you're first up and you're trying to make an impression, boy, you're keyed up, you're trying to hit everything hard, you're trying to do everything special. You just got to relax, find that zone, and do what you do.
2-2, swing and a miss. That's a perfect slider.
Yeah.
Strike to ball, looks like a strike, breaks sharply off the plate, and gets the swing and miss.
And it's an unconventional slider, too. You think slider, you think a little bit more east-west. This one's a straight down. There's a little bit of horizontal, but this one works much more north and south. It's short, but it's sharp and late. And that's what got Ha-Yu Lee right there.
Brings up James Outman. First pitch, swing and a pop-up. Shallow left field. Ward will come in, call off Holiday, the shortstop. Zigzag, make the catch. Tigers get a runner to second. Can't get him home. We head to the 9th. Tigers down 3 after 8. 8-5 Orioles. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are tie cups.
And these are tie cups.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Ninth inning is brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed. To learn how, Jacob Waguespack still on the mound. Taylor Ward, 4.56 hitters, fouls the first pitch, fastball out of play down the right field line, strike one. Torres at second base, shades up the middle. Outfield just about straight up. Outman in center, shades a little bit toward right center. The 1-1. Swinging a foul out of play, well back first base side. Same two teams tomorrow night. Heightened attention, heightened emphasis on every game. Leading to the trade deadline next Monday. Rico Garcia, right-hander, getting loose in the bullpen for Baltimore. I think A.J. Hinch can't wait to stop answering questions about it. And the speculation will certainly go right up to August 3rd. Check swing foul out of play. But truly, I mean, it does remind you a little bit of, people brought this up, and I think it's a good comparison. Dave Dombrowski waited in 2015, literally right up until the trade deadline, to see which direction his team was heading, and they were kind of bubbling under the 500 mark, and they didn't get hot, and they stayed under the 500 mark, so he waited to the very end, and then finally was like, all right, I got to sell.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it's going to be that way with this Tigers team right till Sunday.
It seems like it. I think the complicating factor is just how muddled the picture is in the American League.
Right. 3-2 up and away. Jacob Waguespack's been a little off tonight. We've seen him be a pretty darn good strike thrower. He walks Ward. Ward's second walk of the night to lead off the ninth inning, 8-5 Orioles.
And Dan, not just really more so the division than the wild card because of what we've talked about earlier. Yes, the Tigers going into play today, 3.5 back of the wild card, but you also got 4 teams between you and where you want to be.
Yeah, that's why I continue to maintain it's all about getting to the 500 mark. I'm not really interested about the wild card standings until I see the Tigers at the 500 mark.
Yeah. The wild card doesn't mean, to me, the division is what you talk about right now because you have, that's more in your hands.
Carter misses low and away. Leody Taveras at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers 6 games under the 500 mark at start of play today. They're playing 2 beatable teams. The Orioles basically the same record as the Tigers, but they've been outscored this year. Swing and a miss. Where the Tigers have outscored their opponents by 28 runs. The Orioles so far this season at 51 and 55 have been outscored by 14 runs. The Tigers have the better pitching. They are top 3 in run prevention, and those are the teams that, to me, are the ones that have the best chance to go deep into the postseason. Ground ball to second. Torres charge, fields a big hop, flips it to McGonigal at second, and that's a nicely turned 4-6-3 double play. McGonigal firing to first to get Taveras by inches. 2 outs, bases empty.
Yeah, nice job by Gleyber Torres. He knew he had to come in and hurry with Taveras running. Whew.
Great job.
Got down the line quickly. But that was very clean, very quick exchange by McGonigal and throw to first base. Got the speedy Taveras.
Yeah, a high chopper like that doesn't get turned into a double play very often. Torres played it perfect.
Yes, he did.
Fastball, swing, and a miss. Jackson Holliday is 4 for 4 today. Ground ball doubled on the left field line. Ground ball single, line drive single. Hitting 224 coming in, maybe starting to heat up. Fastball high and tight. After this, the Tigers go on a 3-game West Coast swing, but they are playing a Sacramento team that is not playing well right now. A San Francisco team that is having a rough year. Swing and a miss, good changeup. And in between, a Seattle team that I keep waiting to heat up.
You talk about having a big question mark next to a ball club. With that pitching they've got out there.
They've got great pitching
It's
still.
Unbelievable. Hovering around 500, that's incredible.
1-2 is swinging a foul straight back. There are now 6 teams above the 500 mark, but the 6th is Texas in the West, 1 game over. 6 teams, of course, make the postseason. And you can have a team under 500 make it in the West. I mean, that's a possibility. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another good changeup. Holliday strikes out. Waguespack overcomes the walk. It's a double play strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Bierling, McGonigal, Dingler, the first 3 batters in the bottom of the 9th. Garcia coming.
Priority called on Lofton, and it drops. Whoa. He does not lack energy. No.
Rain earlier today. Grass still a little wet.
First big league strikeout for Roldy Munoz, and you can put an exclamation point on it.
That's a weird one. Fenway special.
After review, the call of the field is a home run. The ball hit the foul pole.
Trevor Story, home run.
Bo being chased by something. Bo Jackson's not afraid of a pack of gorillas. And a little bee just chased him out of the batter's box. He's gone, Bo. 3-0 to Bo. He's hacking. Oh, my way, God! Lordy, he just killed him. Baldwin has been the impact player today offensively for the Braves, and now he hits one high in the air to left center field. Clark surveying. He leaps! He got it! Denzel Clark, his first home run robbery of the year, comes in Atlanta. That's why he's out there. A Superman catch from Clark.
And he tracks it the entire way. Times his leap like he's been playing center field here at Truist Park for 10 years.
Today's game brought to you in part by Corewell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. That building leads off, bottom of the ninth inning. Rico Garcia takes over on the mound. Orioles were using Ryan Helsley, their big offseason signing, as their closer. He's only pitched 15 innings this year. He's on the injured list. Garcia's picking up some of the slack. First pitch fastball strike. Certainly looks like closer by committee for Craig Albernez. Tonight's choice is Garcia. Strike one on Matt Vierling, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Been a very good year for Rico Garcia. The strike one. Swing and a miss. It's like a 3-pitch mix, Bobby, and opponents have had trouble against all of them.
all of them. Big fastball, Dan. 95 miles an hour average. Doesn't look like much. You look at the spin rate, 2,500 spin rate. That thing fights gravity. It really plays at the type of the zone. Four-seam fastball, changeup, slider, curveball from Garcia.
The 0-2, slider down and away. The numbers for Rico Garcia in his 45 innings of work. He's only given up 26 hits. Opponents have hit 165, the number that does jump out at you. He has allowed 8 home runs in those 45 innings. Low walks, better than a strikeout an inning. The 1-2. Slider misses high. 2-2. McGonigal and Dingler to follow. 2 base runners to bring the potential tying run to the plate. The 2-2. Swinging a pop foul out of play. Well back first base side. Lefties, righties both hit in the 160s against this righty. Both have hit 4 home runs. See if the Tigers can create a little traffic. Get Garcia out of his comfort zone. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Slider at the belt.
Yeah, Garcia did not want that there, got away with it. Backed up a little bit. Looks like Matt Vierling was expecting that to do a little something else, and it never did. Swing right through those. I'm telling you, we talked about it ad nauseum. The backup slider is one of the best pitches ever invented.
Such a good pitch.
No one tries to do it, but it's really effective.
McGonigal swings and misses at a 4-seam fastball, 96 middle, a foul tip to the glove of the catcher Trump. Troy Melton against Dean Kramer, the matchup tomorrow. Kramer will bring a 5 ERA into the game. Troy Melton 5-1 with a 1.95 ERA. The strike one, the swing and a foul out of play. Garcia filling up the strike zone again, gets ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. 6:40 start. Love to see you out here tomorrow night at the ballpark. Then Tarek Skubal on Wednesday at 1:10 against Trevor Rogers. The 0-2. Changeup misses away. 2 for 4 for McGonigal tonight. Left side of the infield, Mayo, Holiday shift to the right a little bit. The outfield plays going to go the opposite way just slightly. Everybody takes a couple of steps to the left. The 1-2. Low and in. Big curveball misses. Down and in. Garcia gets the ball ready to go. He's working first base side of the rubber. Works from the stretch. Holds glove at the belt when he sets. The 2-2. Swing and a foul. Geared up to 98 on the fastball. That would appear to be the top end with an average of 95. 32 years old and having his best season in the major leagues.
It's amazing with relievers, and
isn't it?
You find the guys and you find them 32, 33, and all of a sudden they
change up low and away. 3-2.
They had those great years every year. You find like it's probably 1 or 2 a league. He's like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
33 years, all of a sudden,
always in their 30s.
All of a sudden, stuff's nasty, missing bats, punching guys out, no hits, no walks.
3-2, challenged, and I think
Baltimore challenging the ball call.
I think Trump's going to win the challenge.
I think he's going to win it too. I agree with you.
And it's going to be a strikeout. You hear the groan in the crowd. Strikeout of Kevin McGonigal, 2 outs. And that'll leave it up to Dylan Dingler.
And then I think McGonigal knew it too, but he had to play the role, take your stuff off, leave it at home plate like you always do. Oh, dang it.
Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Last hope for the Tigers, Dylan Dingler. First pitch bounces up to home plate. That was a pretty nice grab by Trump. Popped it up in the air with his glove on the bounce and then just grabbed it softly with the right hand. Threw it out of play. Jeremiah Jackson, the second baseman, shades up the middle of the outfield straight up on Dingler. Torres waiting on deck. Four-seam fastball misses low. 2-0, 1 for 4 for Dylan Dingler tonight. Lots of traffic early. Only 1 base runner since the 5th inning for the Tigers. The 2-0. Paints the outside edge. The 97-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball.
That's a perfectly located heater right there.
The 2-1 from Garcia, swinging a pop-up, playable. Alonso charging over by the Orioles dugout, makes the catch. And the Orioles come into Detroit and take game 1 of a 3-game series. Home run power in the middle innings and a 4 for 4 night for Jackson Holiday. Power the Orioles offense. Our final score, the Baltimore Orioles 8 and the Detroit Tigers 5.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love, standing in line. So we made a VIP entrance, so you could do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your Comerica bank card, you'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time store